Good afternoon again, Grace. In order to make sure everybody is up to speed about everything that's going on, I want to share with you a couple of celebrations and announcements that I shared during the offering time in worship this day. And because of our technical difficulties, they didn't make it out to everybody. So I just want y'all to know what we celebrated in worship today as we prepared to give back to God and what's coming up. So as we do that, just a reminder that our stewardship letters are out and the indication of support cards are in your hands. And if you haven't turned that in yet, please take some time to pray over how you might support Grace in 2021 so that we can make a firm plan for how we'll fund the mission and ministry that comes up in the course of the next year. We know that things are going to continue to change. They're going to continue to shift. That ministry will continue to need to be made up on the fly in some ways, that we're going to continue to need your help in order to be able to change with what's going on in the world so that we can best respond in love and concern to our neighbors and in compassion and grace to those that come to Grace, so that we can be in mission and ministry, so that we can change how we do things as we need to change, so that we can shift our priorities, so that we can make the provisions that we need to make to be flexible and to be able to respond to whatever comes next in the coming year. And your sending in an indication of support card helps us to know that we have your support for that ministry, for those things, the ways that we will continue to know Jesus and make Jesus known to others in the upcoming year, no matter what the circumstances, so that we know that we have your support and that we can count on you to help us be able to do the work that God has given us to do. So please take time to pray over that, to send those indication of support cards back into the church. You can mail them back in, you can drop them back off by the church office during the week, or you can email your indication of support to office@gracecolumbia.org, and it'll be received by our church business administrator, Bill. He'll process it and make sure it gets recorded so that we can have your indication of support for 2021. Now, in addition to that, coming up next Saturday is our trunk or treat experience. We had a great time this afternoon, or this morning, early after the 8:30 service. We had a great time with the kids stuffing candy into the bags to be handed out to our neighbors. We did it under the picnic shelter, all distanced out with masks, and we got all that candy packaged up so that we're ready to go for trunk or treating. Now, we could still use more trunks, so if you haven't signed up yet, or let us know that you want to participate by coming to decorate a trunk so that folks can drive through and see those trunks on their way to coming back out to receive a bag of candy from Grace and a pizza meal. We'd love to have you sign up to do that. If you don't want to decorate a trunk, but you want to come and help with the distribution of candy and meals, you can sign up for that as well. So if you'd like to participate and we haven't heard from you yet, please either contact me at pastor@gracecolumbia.org, or you can reach out to Karen Bryant to let us know how you'd like to participate coming up next Saturday at 6 p.m. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors so that others can come and enjoy a safe and special Halloween with Grace this year. And lastly, on November the 1st, All Saints Sunday is coming up. Now, All Saints Sunday is a day when we remember the communion of the saints. We remember those who have gone before us in the faith. And in order to do this year, what I'm asking you to do is, if you have saints in your life that you would like us to remember as a church. Saints are those people in your life who've impacted your faith, who've impacted who you are. And it doesn't matter if they've passed away in the past year or if it's been further back than that. If you have a saint in your life that you would like us to remember during worship, during our communion liturgy on November the 1st, on that All Saints Sunday, please send me an email at pastor@gracecolumbia.org. If you don't do email, you can call or text me with that information, and I'm happy to get that recorded for you. But we want to be sure that we have a good list of everybody that we all as a congregation want to remember, because that communion of the saints gathers with us at the table. It gathers with us in worship. It gathers at the throne of God in prayer for us. And so we want to take time to remember those saints of the Lord this coming All Saints Sunday. Now, another piece of good news about All Saints Sunday is that is going to be our next outdoor worship service. So we're going to be outside on November the 1st. We'll be at a different time. It's going to be at 10 a.m. instead of 8:30. And so we're going to look to be outside together, worshiping, singing, doing the liturgy. We'll still be online, hopefully live. If not, we'll post it after the fact, but as we continue to work out those technical difficulties, but we'll continue to be online, but we will be worshiping together at 10 a.m. Outside in the back parking lot, and we hope that you will plan to join us on that day, to be outside with us as we gather for that All Saints Sunday and for Holy Communion in the midst of that celebration. As we close this video together, I just want to take a moment and let's go to God in prayer. Creative and creating God, you formed us in your image, imprinting who you are into who we are. We warp that image in us through sin. Death hides that image from our view, and we begin to forget who we are and in whose image we're made. When we forget, we begin to worship things rather than you. We find idols to bow down to in the ways we spend time, talents, and gifts that you've given us for your glory. We make those idols the most important things, not only for us, but for others as well. We confess our forgetting and idolatry to you this day. Cleanse our hearts and renew your image in us. Remind us that your image is stamped onto us from our creation, and that through Jesus it is fully restored and transformed so that we can be the disciples you've called us to be. As we offer you our gifts and offerings, make them be for us a reminder that we are yours, not just the parts that are left over or that which we choose to give, but all of us is yours. Amen.